that in kind of just what these last 4 days have been like? And sorry if it's already been asked, but just like what this buzz has been like surrounding a movie you made.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem. Sometimes I watch the clip and it doesn't seem like it's me in the car or even my car, but partly because it's like a blur. It just flies by everybody. So it's been good though, man. Like in the same breath, I can get excited for what we've accomplished, and I can also be scared to death about what we've accomplished. And there are nerves, and there's anxiety, and there is, fear of failure. But like, how cool is it that I'm getting to experience this? It's so cool that I get to feel this. And in the moment, it's not pleasant. The nerves, like I wish they would go away, but at the end of the week, on Friday, I'll just get to get in my car and drive for 50 minutes, and that'll be the ultimate test of, okay, can I go drive and block everything else out? Because that's how it's always been for me. So that'll be the ultimate test.
Have people that you maybe didn't expect to reached out to you since Sunday?
Yeah, I'd say the coolest one was Humpy Wheeler. He sent me a long couple of texts, and I've gotten to know him this year at a few of the races, and we've talked, and gave him my number. I wrote my number down on somebody else's business card he had, and I wrote it down just with a Sharpie, and he texted me. So that was really, really neat.
People reach out?
Yeah, a couple of texts there. He was pumped. He checks in not just the wins and the good races. It's a pretty good dialogue, more than I thought. When I first met him, and he loves it. He loves that we, we're up against some real giants in this sport, and we keep fighting and we keep winning. Not that we won the race at Martinsville, but we won the moment to transfer, and he was really excited.
Do you think that's a move that can have any success at Phoenix?
I don't think it's a move that can have any success at Martinsville. I still don't know why it worked. I look back at it, I look at the physics of it, I have people explain to me what happened and what I felt, and why that car did not slow down, why it kept air in the tires, why the right front suspension broke. The right front upper control arm is broken, but I was able to get across the line before I really could feel it. And then down into one, I just kept it pinned on the wall because it was broken. So why it worked, I don't know, but I have no ideas or plans to ever do that again, because it was not pleasant.
Ross, before last weekend, nothing personal, your name probably wasn't on the tips of a lot of other people, and to see Formula One drivers, to see other drivers acknowledge you, and then maybe they knew you even ahead of time, but just to see that recognition, what does that mean for you as somebody who, you talk about racing against your heroes, and now some people are starting to look at you as like a hero or making a hero move?
Yeah, it's wild just to try to comprehend how far this has really went, and what, just people that I know that are overseas in Asia or Mexico, and they're like people that don't normally talk about NASCAR are talking about it, and they're going to watch. They say they're going to watch this weekend, and look, I am all for pushing this sport. I did not think it would be in that kind of way, but I will push NASCAR, the France family, and this series as far as I can. Now, it won't always be wide open around the wall and this highlight reel of highlight reels, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we've moved the needle for fans and casual people that were not fans, but they see it and they want to now experience NASCAR. And that makes them come to the track and feel that roar, like that thunder when we go by, and that it's no different than walking up to a NHRA race and feeling that energy when 36 cars go by. It's a different feeling, and I hope that more people come watch it. I'm not saying every time we're going to be doing that, what we did at Martinsville, but you come often enough, you're going to see spectacular stuff when we push these cars over the limit.
How many text messages? How many text messages did you get?
It was over 1,000. Yeah, I haven't caught up. I never buy the internet on planes, and I bought the internet last night on the ride out, and I texted the entire time, and I still have. I got through like 400. So the rest are they're just gonna have to wait till next week.
Just curious, that many people have your number now?
No, most of them I have them. I already had their numbers. It's what honestly, my guys seeing their faces was really cool, and just seeing and then seeing the videos from behind the pit box. It was like our first win at COTA. Just seeing Harry, Vero, Justin, these guys that work on this car react to us winning at COTA, react to us transferring through at Martinsville is cool. But at Martinsville, that was the first time I came down pit road right away. The other ones I went did burnouts and took me a while. So I had crew members from other teams, guys I've worked with, guys that I casually know, guys that don't like me, come out and physically high-five me, give me a thumbs up, clap. Having the industry do that more than I've ever witnessed. I mean, it took me a while to get down pit road, and I've just never experienced that. So it was a lot of people like that I've worked with on teams that already had their number. I didn't have Humpy's number, so I had to program that one in.
To now somebody who's celebrated for a move that many people think will be ranked as one of the greatest in the history of the sport.
It feels good because it was a real goal to get it turned back around. You know, we've had years before in the Truck Series where we were most popular driver there, and you know, having that response from the fans was an incredible step in 2019 to you know, not winning for a few years and then coming back and winning truck and cup races this year, but bringing a lot of stuff, a lot of baggage with it, Bob. Yeah, it was a real focus to get it turned back around, and you know, I don't want to change who I am, but showing people more who I am has been key, and growing into this, it's look, the guys that were mad at me had guys mad at them 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. I think the good old days get remembered a little better than they actually were, and they were probably not as nice and rosy as they all like to try to say their old days were. So working through it, we're all human, and at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion. Just some people's platform carries that a little farther than others, and I'm guilty of that too.
You tweeted a screenshot of you on an email thread years ago being a bus driver. You ever think about those days, just trying to make it into the sport, and we're sitting where you are right now of that dream?
Absolutely. One, I wish I would have bought that bus when it went up for sale, because it would have actually been a good deal, and I could have resold it already for a lot more as everything went up. But yeah, look, that was Spire Sports and Entertainment, you know, hiring Brandon or Lawrence on there, McReynolds, my spotter, and me to part-time drive it around, and we drove it together with Philip down to Talladega one time and towed my truck, and ended up sleeping in my truck because we didn't have a place to stay in the bus, and then we also couldn't make it back to Birmingham where the hotel rooms were. So none of us were racing at the time. We were just there to hang out, and I drove it to Darlington, and like that email in 2017 and then the races later were part of the beginning bits of getting that 42 Xfinity car ride at CGR. Driving that thing got me noticed by a few people in my fire suit, driving for Johnny, getting water put in it and having the tanks dumped and taking groceries in and out were part of the beginning bits of when they first saw me and asked who I was, and they had no idea. And then, the red car, which red car, that was the beginning of it. So it was just kind of a full circle moment when they sent that to me last night on the plane out here. Just a cool moment, and what all that meant, and the other people, as well as with Brandon, but with David and Philip and Bill and everybody at Spire, that was we were just friends, and they were just like throwing me a bone to throw me a few $100 and a free ride to the track, and then I could go stay in a hotel.
Did everything that happened last weekend, and I think when you last time I checked, Jeff Gluck had like 12 million views on Twitter. Do you feel like you're kind of ushering in the new NASCAR fan?
Hey, I'm here for it. I don't know, what the ripples of that will be. I think that clip will outlive me, in the sport. But yeah, look, I want to show people that we're pushing these cars to the limits, and sometimes spectacular things happen. Now, sometimes bad things happen, but we all know the risk, and I was fully accepting of the risk of running wide open into a steel wall around a tight corner, and whatever happened, and I had fully accepted that. What's wild is I only thought of it 10 seconds earlier, and then 5 seconds later made the decision, and then 5 seconds later like acted on it. So yeah, if they want to watch now because of that, I think they're going to see great stuff, not just something spectacular like that. They really dig in and see what the sport's all about, get to know us. I think they'll be around to stay.
What do you think the biggest hurdle will be this weekend to go out, perform well Phoenix, and bring home that championship?
Just going fast enough. These guys are good, and 2 of them have been here before. Christopher and I haven't. Knowing, when to race guys early in the race and when not is something that I've worked through this year and struggled with at times, but complete confidence that the speed in our car will be there, and qualifying will be a big emphasis on for us. With how cool it is and the way these cars are racing this year, but one constant all year has been that the Trackhouse cars can pass. Aside from Martinsville, where we qualified better than we really pretty much ever have on short tracks this year, and then I don't think I actually passed anybody all day until I started bulldozing them out of the way at the end of the race. So no thoughts other than just go fast.
You talked about
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these 2 videos beside me. Visit funstretch.com for more racing content.